Welcome back to the Junior Moneymakers Podcast, where we help kids become young entrepreneurs that can start and grow their own business. Today is Monday the 28th, and this is our 1 month anniversary episode. For those of you who have been with me since day one, I just wanted to say thanks for being part of the show. And for those of you who are just joining in, we are just as excited to have you on the team. So this week's episode is going to be geared towards those of you who already have a musical inclination. Today's episode will help you make extra spending money by doing something you're likely already doing anyway, and that's practicing music. But as always, before we start, I do want to mention this week's affiliate, the Tuttle Twins. The Tuttle Twins is an amazing series that teaches kids where money comes from, how it works, and all about free markets. Towards the end of the episode, I'll tell you how to get a copy of their books or audiobook series for 20% off. All right, let's get started. So what is a musical practice partner? A practice partner is exactly what it sounds like. Kids that are learning instruments usually have a full-time teacher that they work with once, maybe twice a week. The rest of the week, they're expected to practice on their own. A practice partner is someone that shows up on different days of the week and helps motivate and encourage kids to continue practicing, which is something that parents can struggle with sometimes. If you're able to find a market in your neighborhood, you can definitely save some families a real headache, which makes this a great way to make a little spending money. So you might be asking yourself, why would anyone want to pay me to practice with their kids? As your parents can likely tell you already, music lessons can be expensive, and they typically run anywhere from $20 to $80 per hour. As a side note, this is a great incentive for you to keep practicing now, because later you can put those skills to use and make some real cash. Now, imagine paying your way through college by teaching a few music lessons per week for $40 an hour. Seriously beats flipping burgers for minimum wage, right? Okay, let's get back to being a practice partner. Most families can't afford to hire a full-blown music teacher more than once, maybe twice a week. That's where you come in. You see, parents can sometimes struggle to motivate their kids to practice. On the mild side, kids may complain or resist. Other kids may fight, stomp, or scream when they're told that they have to practice again. Think of yourself as an accountability partner that makes practicing fun. You want to be the cool older brother or older sister that they want to jam with. You provide structure, motivation, and heaps of encouragement. And all that being said, I wouldn't expect to make more than $5 to $10 an hour doing this. After all, you aren't really a music teacher, but what is cool is that you'll be making money while practicing music, and you'll also be building up your teaching skills so that you can eventually teach music as a full-time side hustle, and that is where the real money is. So, how are we going to get this business started? As always, you need to have parents' permission, and you have to make sure that you're in compliance with all laws and regulations. Check. Because this is a very niche business and we're not going to be spending a lot of money in advertising, it's really important that you keep tabs on who is playing or learning to play in your neighborhood. You can do this through your parents' social network, but you can also do this by talking to your own music teacher. Once you have an idea of who is studying music, you and your parents can reach out to their parents and let them know what services you offer. Now, depending on your skill level, you may start out offering simple practice sessions where you show up and play along with them for about an hour. If you're more skilled, you can offer to be a tutor. You don't provide the teaching, but you help them master the lessons they're already being taught. If you're very proficient, you can also advertise yourself as offering beginner lessons. Just make sure that you're charging competitive rates that are based on your limited teaching experience and skill level. As always, you can advertise using flyers, and if you're mobile, you can advertise on forums, Facebook pages, Craigslist, or even take out targeted Facebook ads for your neighborhood. More on those in a future episode. The bottom line here is you need to get the word out there. Don't be shy, as you're providing real value in a way that a lot of parents will embrace. Believe it or not, you're the service that a lot of us never knew we needed and might just not be able to live without. So in a few seconds, I'm going to go over 3 tips to make this business a success. But first, let's talk about this week's affiliate. If you're a fan of the show and want to support the program, the best way to do that is by shopping through my affiliate links. I only talk about products I really like and things I think your family will enjoy, like this one. In the food truck fiasco, Ethan and Emily learn how disruptive businesses must fight against their crony competitors. Competitors with friends in government who try and protect themselves from innovative upstarts. The twins witness this battle firsthand with their food truck friends as they embark on a campaign to win public support and overturn the laws that would otherwise shut them down. You can get a copy of The Food Truck Fiasco for 20% off by using my affiliate link at juniormoneymakers.com/book and entering the code LIBERTY at checkout. All right, let's end this episode with 3 tips to take your business to the next level. Tip 1, practice. This might seem like a no-brainer, but stick with me. This business isn't for everyone. It's really only for those of you with a passion for music that would like to make a little extra spending money while you practice. You must always be better than those that you're working with, and you have to be improving your skills. The better you are at your own music, the broader the audience that you can help will be. Eventually, if you like this kid hustle, you'll likely transition from a practice partner to a full-blown music teacher, and that's awesome. Tip 2, know your customer. Make it your mission to know exactly what your clients are practicing. What books are they using? What techniques trip them up? What are they good at? What songs are they currently working on? Knowing what they're working on and where they need the most work will help you provide them the most value. There's really no way to learn all of this without asking, so just do it. To their music teacher, you're their partner. Don't get this twisted. They have to do what their music teacher says, but in their eyes, you're likely just someone who comes over to jam with them. I need you to focus on pulling them versus pushing them. Now here's what I mean. Most people start out teaching by correcting their students on what they're doing wrong. I believe this is a recipe for disaster. Instead of constantly correcting them, let's try not to spend any real time focusing on what they're not good at least not with your words. Instead, let's focus on the parts they are getting during your session. Always compliment them when they're doing a good job or when they push themselves beyond their limits. This is something that will encourage them to improve, and it will make them feel like they're a better musician when you're around. At the beginning of each lesson, after you warm up, tell them what they did really well last time and let them know what you want to help them with today. If you're always praising them to grow in an area that needs improvement, they'll typically seek your approval by pushing themselves towards whatever goal you give them. You can wrap up your sessions by complimenting them again on their progress and be specific with what they did well that day. If you're not genuine, this technique will not work at all. Do this right, however, and they will be anticipating your sessions every week. Okay, parents, now it's your turn. There are a lot of benefits to running this kid hustle. First and foremost, your kids are going to be practicing music. They'll also be setting themselves up to monetize their skills later, which is a huge plus. They're going to get better at working with kids, and they'll learn patience, follow-through, and a little psychology to boot. They'll learn to motivate others, as well as learning how to transfer parents' goals into kids' action, which is no small feat. Overall, this is a great way to make a little extra cash off of all the practicing you've had them doing all along. All right, Junior Moneymakers, let's wrap this up. This week's business is easy to execute, has low overhead, and can help you pick up some money by doing something you need to be doing anyway. It shouldn't be hard to get this one off the ground, and you likely already know a handful of people that would make great potential clients. I would love to hear your kids' success stories, and you can shoot them to me at mark@juniormoneymakers.com. In the meantime, don't forget to sign up for our email list at juniormoneymakers.com. There's a form right on the front page. Also, if you haven't left us an iTunes review yet, I would love it if you would take a minute to do it. We have about 4,000 downloads this month, but only have about 13 reviews. I love 5-star reviews, but I learned just as much from a 1-star, so don't be shy. All right, I think that about wraps this episode up. So until next time, dream big and change the world. The views expressed on this program in no way represent the views of the United States Air Force, the Department of Defense, or the United States government, and are solely those of the host and their guest. Additionally, the ideas in this program should only be tried after ensuring compliance with all laws and regulations, and then only with parents' permission. Finally, while we believe in every idea we present, we cannot guarantee your results, as all individual results will vary. Earlier in this episode, I mentioned a book series called The Tuttle Twins. This is one of my absolute favorite series when it comes to teaching kids about free markets and ideas like non-aggression principles, personal responsibility, and protectionism. The books are incredibly well written and boil down to core concepts that children 6 to 10 can easily grasp. If you want to support the show, use my affiliate link at juniormoneymakers.com/book, and you can check out all 6 of their titles, which can be purchased with a combo pack discount. They also just released all 6 books on audiobook, which my kids are really excited about. And you can get all 6 books together for less than $20, which I'm really excited about. Don't forget, if you use the code LIBERTY at checkout, you can even drop 20% off of your order. The Tuttle Twins series is the first book series on my Certified for Junior Moneymakers list, and I am absolutely stoked to be affiliated with them. Check them out and email me at mark@juniormoneymakers.com and let me know what you think. This week's joke is brought to you by my good friend Drew. Thanks for the joke, Drew.
What did Beethoven have for breakfast? Banana.